Watch them grow, perceive, devote. This is the seed, light the show. Watch them grow.
Hello, Aries, and welcome to your August reading, my friend. My apologies for the delay in your reading, but you know, your girl kind of had a breakdown. Know what I'm saying? Love me anyway. But anywho, we're going to go ahead and jump in, and we already have, and we have the void. Why did I show it to you? Because my lens is jacked up and you can't see it. But you still are going to love me anyway. I know, Aries, because I love you. But anywho, you guys have the void for your overall energy for August, and we'll say from the day that I post this all the way up until September, if you will, my friend. But at least your September reads will be on time. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, but we have the void. It says stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. And I believe it was Scorpio and Pisces or Virgo. It was a whole bunch of people who got this card. And it's interesting because I feel the reason for this is more or less letting you know about the processes and the transitions in life. Everything is not always a time for growth and, you know, harvest and all that good stuff. Winter is a time for things to die, proverbially speaking, of course, you know what I'm saying? So if things in your life feel a tad bit stagnant right now, it's for good reason. The main lesson to learn here with that is not to force the river, not to fight it. It's more or less to allow what's happening to happen. And another thing that's important to that is to not disassociate, my friend. So it's more or less to be cognizant, to be aware of what's happening around you and what it is that you're feeling while this is happening, even if it's a less than stellar feeling, because there are gems in there for you. And the consolation prize for such of an energy is more or less that when all of this is over, you know what I'm saying? It's like you're going to be proverbially born, right? So there's light at the end of the birth canal, proverbially speaking. Your central energy is the Empress in the reverse. Oh, tink, tink. Oh, this is challenged by the star. Listen to your friend, Princess. Past influence is the Eight of Pentacles. Your underlying energy is the Hierophant in the reverse, reverse, reverse. Your above energy is the High Priestess in the reverse. How many major arcana y'all about to have? Like the whole center, like what? This is a divine intervention or something? Aries is looking like one moving forward. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. So what this is telling me, Aries, coming out of July, maybe even the beginning of August, you guys have been working fervently towards something, right? And I believe that you've worked standing in faith, believing that hard work pays off, and if you keep going in at 10,001%, that you are going to get the fruit of said labor. However, now, when you're watching this, the middle of August or in August, whatever, you know what I'm saying? You guys are feeling a little disillusioned and lost. It's not feeling as abundant where once upon a time you may have felt very optimistic, you may have felt very self-assured, you may have felt very clear about what you were doing and where you were going and how. But I feel now it's more or less a sense of emotional confusion in your intuition, feeling like it's a little jacked up, like you can't think clearly. It's almost like you're scatterbrained all the time. So once upon a time, things were so clear, and it was just this thought of I need to keep my head down and I need to work. I need to master my craft. You know what I mean? I need to work on myself. I need to master myself, whatever the case may be for your specific situation, my friend. But now it just feels like you've kind of lost sight of what's happening or what you're doing, where you're going, why you're still doing it. And then it's, you know, kind of like this descending process where initially, you know, before we get disillusioned with something, it's like you're super excited about what you're doing and like you have all of these plans and goals and dreams and, you know, they just keep expounding on each other. And then suddenly when you find yourself in this disillusioned space, it's almost as if everything dries up. It's like all of that inspiration is gone, all of that drive is gone, all of the clarity is gone. and suddenly you start to look at things that you weren't looking at before, like what's lacking in my life, or I've been working on this for however long and then it's not really going anywhere, and you kind of descend into that spiral, you know what I mean? But I feel the thing that's needed with this Hierophant in the reverse, it's two things here. It's, well, one thing that would behoove you to release. The other thing is something that would behoove you to grasp onto. So I feel more or less this is in essence a divine intervention, because there's like a facet of yourself that's trying to be birthed into the fore, if you will. But I feel the thing that's stopping that from happening is some mindset or conditioning, or some type of standard that you're holding yourself to. It could even be your process, like and y'all are trailblazers, you know what I mean? And there's a need to innovate. Like there's a dire need. And I would even say, for those of you who have Scorpio in your chart, you know what I'm saying? A little message from spirit there. Those of you who have Scorpio in your chart, like, you know, your sun, your moon, or your rising, or like your what is it, your midheaven, or like your north node or something like that. I would suggest for you guys to watch the Scorpio reading, not their love reading, but their you know, soul session, their spirituality and personal development reading, the one that's called This Is a Warning. Yeah, watch that. But I would suggest for you guys to watch it. And I don't even know, this is gonna make me sound buku smart if I can get it out of my mouth. Even those of you who have a stellium, y'all with astrology, y'all know what the hell that is. A stellium, one of those with the S thing. It's like when you got buku signs or planets or houses or something in one sign, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you got one of those, you would want to watch that too, because I feel it's a similar vibration here. So there's something that's acting as bonding and chains for you all, and it's preventing you from stepping into what you're being called to do. So it's not to say that what you've been working on is going to get tossed to the side. I just feel that there's a need for trailblazing and innovation. So it's you kind of turning concepts on their head, or doing something that's been done before in a completely new, innovative way, or what have you, putting your little stank on it, you know what I'm saying? Putting your little couture stamp of approval on that, daddy, you know what I'm saying? And I feel that's what's going to renew your hope. So it's more or less you guys came to this place where you're feeling, you know, for lack of better words, you know, kind of shitty or unmotivated, or, you know, lost, or whatever the case may be. But you're here for very good reason, because it is divine intervention. There's a part of you, it's almost like I see it as like you switching things out. It's like the things that are no longer serving you, it's more or less throwing those things out, because since they're now maladaptive, because they're not working for you anymore, they're holding you back more than anything. So this whole, I guess, liaison dark period or whatever, the temporary dark ages, this is only here so that you can strip yourself of this old energy, whatever it is, mindset, whatever the case may be, people, job, whatever, because it's holding you back. And you guys will be moving forward in the same vein that you started this or last month with, or this month, or however that pans out for you specifically. But it's more or less going from light to dark and then back to light. So this is very much the is not for my Aries people. Those of you who have been with me for some time, you guys have heard a million times over about my is not is paradigm, which is the process through which things are manifested, right? When you call something in, you have to, you know, the void, like this, the universe likes to fill voids. So whenever you call something new into your life, the is not has to manifest before the is, because the is not is creating space for the is. So energetically looking at this, I see you guys coming into this temporary dark space and leaving out in the same energy that you started with. It's just, this is more or less like a purging, cleansing type of deal. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like you're a little fetus, you know? It's like you were working real hard, getting your fingers, toes, arms, legs, eyeballs, you know, circulatory system going, you know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, bam, it's birth, you know? But then you get your little car seat and mommy and daddy take you home and like it's back to business. You know what I mean? It's a really strange analogy, but I'm here for it. But with this being challenged by the star, it's more or less the biggest challenge for my Aries people in the month of August is for you guys to have hope in spite of your circumstances and your situation. It's to believe when there is nothing that is co-signing your belief in 3D. So it's you going back to how or why you set out through this in the first place and allowing that to be your beacon of light or your North Star, if you will, in the darkness to bring you to your proverbial baby Jesus. I got a lot of analogies today, but anywho, Aries, that's been your reading, my friend. So I'm going over to my website and Vimeo and Patreon and YouTube members to do you guys extended. So if you're about that life, follow me over there. If not, I still love your face. You know what I'm saying? And I'll see you guys sooner than later. I stopped saying sayonara because it was kind of corny. So I'm just going to sit here awkwardly until the little outro starts about now.